Once upon an evening dark and dreary, I found myself wandering through the shadowy corners of Disneyland after closing hours. This wasn't part of the regular tour. I was an employee, trusted with the keys to the Magic Kingdom and the responsibility of shutting down the park. It was a job most would kill for, surrounded by the wonders that had captivated millions for decades. But that evening, the happiest place on earth revealed a layer of dread that I never could have imagined. My evening rounds were almost complete. Rides were off, mascots tucked into their storage rooms, food stalls tightly locked. The only thing left was to check on It's a Small World, a ride I'd always found both charming and a little unsettling. As I approached the entrance, something felt wrong. I shrugged off the feeling, attributing it to fatigue. The park lights seemed to dim as I neared, casting tall, wavering shadows on the smiling figurines that marked the ride's entrance. My key turned in the lock with a loud click that echoed longer than it should, and I pulled open the door. The music started immediately, that saccharine tune chiming through the empty corridors. But this time, something was off. The tempo seemed to slow down, each note dragging as if reluctant to be played. Shivers ran down my spine, but duty called. I walked through the sets, passing the animatronic children singing about unity and peace. They were as I had always seen them, tiny, cheerful faces with eyes that seemed just a little too sentient. Tonight, however, they appeared to be frowning, the lights casting unsettling shadows on their small faces. When I reached the control room, I stopped dead in my tracks. The main console was already on. Impossible, I whispered to myself. With trembling hands, I shut it down, convinced I was becoming paranoid due to the late hour. As I turned to leave, a flicker caught my eye. A screen came to life displaying footage from the security cameras. Every animatronic child was now staring directly at the camera, their faces twisted in grotesque grimaces. I slammed the control panel, shutting off the screen, my heart pounding so loud it drowned out the still dragging tune. Get a grip, I told myself. You're imagining things. These are just machines. Taking a deep breath, I headed for the exit, forcing myself not to run. But as I passed the Dutch children, I noticed something I'd never seen before. A small door, partially hidden behind their windmill. It seemed incongruous, a door that led nowhere and had no reason to exist. Curiosity overcoming caution, I approached it. There was an old-fashioned lock, one that matched an antique key I'd seen in the master set, but never used. Trembling, I unlocked the door and stepped into the darkness beyond. I found myself in a small room, walls covered in peeling, faded wallpaper, depicting scenes from various Disney classics, and in the middle of the room was a table with an open book. As I neared, I saw sketches of every Disneyland mascot and character, but their expressions were horribly twisted, their features exaggerated into caricatures of torment and malevolence. The final page sent a jolt through me. It was a drawing of me, in my uniform, with eyes that were nothing more than voids of darkness. Suddenly the music started again, this time a warped, tuneless variant of It's a Small World. I slammed the book shut and bolted, not looking back until I'd locked the door to the ride. Panting, I leaned against the door, my thoughts racing. Had I just discovered the origin of all those urban legends about the park? A place where fantasy and nightmare blended so seamlessly, where smiles could so easily turn into grimaces of horror. I staggered back to the security office, clocked out, and left, vowing to never speak of what I'd seen. But as I glanced back from the parking lot, I saw the lights of It's a Small World flicker on, and for just a moment I thought I heard a chorus of tiny, malevolent voices singing, "It's a world of tears, a world of fears." And so, if you ever find yourself wandering Disneyland after dark, consider this. Some keys are best left unturned, some doors best left unopened. Because even in the happiest place on earth, something dark and malevolent lingers, reminding us that, indeed, it's a small world after all, a world not only of laughter and cheer but also of unspeakable horrors, waiting in the shadows.